This is my persuasion speech, my last speech for this class. Thank you so much for being a part of it. My persuasion speech is going to be about organ donation and how important it is to other people. No, go me the whole time. So at 11 years old, I was 11 years old the first time I heard the words organ donation. I was sitting in Memorial Hermann Hospital as my parents were making the decision to donate my sister's organs. This is a picture of my family. We were an ordinary family, mom, dad, 2 kids. And at the age of 11, that's when I became informed of organ donation. As an 11-year-old child, my 14-year-old sister had a tragic accident and was no longer viable. She went through 3 brain surgeries, and I can still remember the doctor's words as he said the words, "We have done everything we can for your child, and there's nothing left that we can do for her." So selflessly, my parents decided to donate her organs so that others may live. It is known fact through the organdonor.gov, organ myth and facts, that one person who selflessly gives the act of an organ donation can save up to 8 lives. 8 organs can be retrieved from one human. You can retrieve eyes, you can retrieve corneas, you can retrieve heart, you can retrieve 2 lungs, 2 kidneys, a liver, and bowels, and sometimes spleens and things. So just our typical average family, that's all we were when sadly our lives changed drastically in one day. The myths and facts of donation. There are many myths and facts of donation, pages and pages of them. The ones that I'm going to do the most are age. There is no age limit to organ donation. Anyone can be an organ donor at any age. It doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter how young you are. Babies donate their organs. Religious, some people say that their religion won't allow them to do organ donation. Mostly is not true. Most religions that are truly based off of Christianity prolong life. That is a gift. It's the gift of life is what they call it. It's your last gift that you can give on this earth. Another one is, if I become a donor, they won't try to save my life. Complete myth. The fact is, every person in the medical field went into medicine to save a life. When I became a nurse in 2001, I took an oath to save lives. I went into my profession to save lives. So fast forward to 2001, I'm now an educated person, RN, and I can vividly remember and intimately remember the first person that I had to sit across the table from as a nurse and tell them that their loved one was no longer going to be viable for life, and did she want him to be an organ donor. It was a flood of emotions. It took me all the way back to that child of 11 years old. All of those feelings came back. But now I was on the other side. I was educated, I was informed, I was no longer in fear. Now I could help her make a lifelong decision to let her husband be a donor. With a specialist of the Life Gift Specialist, who is from lifegift.org, you can go to their website. They are a Houston-based company. They will come out to you, to any hospital, and they help you bridge that abyss for trying to get the family to understand what organ donation can do. So the need is, why do we need to register? Anyone can register to be an organ donor, and that is my plea, is that everyone be an organ donor. The best gift you can ever give before you leave this earth is an organ to a recipient that needs one. So why do we all need to register? 95% of U.S. adults support organ donation, but only 54% actually sign up. Every 10 minutes, another person is added to the waiting list. Only 3 in 1,000 people die in allowed organ donation. The organ shortage continues. Each year, the number of people on the waiting list continues to be much larger. Statistics. 100,017 number of men and women and children on the national transplant waiting list. 33,611 transplants were performed in 2016. 22 people die each year waiting for a transplant. You could save 8 lives if you give the gift of life. Best part. Organs don't care what color you are. That's the other myth. Only certain people can give organs to certain people. Not true. Organs don't care what color you are. Anyone can donate. Fun fact, the first organ transplant the first skin transplant was performed in 1869. That was a long time ago. The other foundation that you can go to is called MyAngelFoundation.org. They're a foundation that gives you the facts about donation. They have a lot of information on their website that you can go to get information about how to be an organ donor. Participate and connect. Workplace partnership for life. Speak up and get involved in your community, your school, your work, your place of worship. Use the free toolkits to get started on this through organdonor.gov. So, the registered donors in Texas are 9,761,745. Transplant waiting list is 116,888. Claim the power of yes. Make the selfless decision today to get registered. And this is a texas.org. And as it has here, this cute little thing is a Facebook thing. So everybody does Facebook. So you can go to their Facebook website, organdonor.gov, and it's on Facebook. Super easy, super quick. You just click on the link, answer the questions, and you're an organ donor. I would encourage you to do this before your family has to make that hard decision while you are the one that they're trying to make the decision on. If you choose to make the decision for them, that alleviates the stress and the grief that they are having to deal with and try to make the decision of what it was you wanted. If you make the decision now and go to the website and add your name, then there's no question. Your family will absolutely know what you want. The life gift specialist will come and help them to give your wishes of how you want to leave this earth as a gift to someone else. That was it. So at the end of it, spread the word, be an organ donor, please give the gift of life, the ultimate sacrifice for every human. And hopefully your family will not have to make the hard decisions. The other part of the personal side of this is my son. This is my oldest son, and my daughter, and my beautiful daughter-in-law, and me and my husband. And this is my son that lost his life in 2011. He was unable to be an organ donor, unfortunately, but I have been touched many times through personal life and through work to help people become organ donors. So I would ask you to please, please become an organ donor today. Thank you.
You're good then? Okay.
Very good.